Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Whiteout Survival, we're going to play Canyon Clash and explain how it works. Let's go, baby. Now the big picture here is you've got some squads, you're going to capture territories, holding territories gives points, and you're going to use this currency called fuel to go in and do different actions. In fact, I don't know why I'm getting the tutorial. It has really not been that long since I've gone into this game mode. But anyways, yes, it's showing you the fuel. It's showing you the map. You can toggle the map to check the battle status. Great. Okay, now the battle is going to start 3 minutes after you enter. All right, I'm just going to scoot my chair forward here, lock in for the action. And there are, as you can see, lots of different nodes that you can go and capture. Holding nodes gives points. This is a 3-team battle. So in this battle, we're blue. There's also purple. There's also yellow or gold. And there's a push-pull here. Like, we both could team up on purple. We could go even against each other. You can take advantage of someone who's weak, or you can try to keep things even. It all depends on how you think the leaderboard is going, etc. Now, on a personal level, you're going to set up 3 armies that are going to go and fight here. And I've already set those up. You can see I basically have my best army, and then I just use fillers because I only have hero gear for 1 infantry march, 1 lancer march, 1 marksman march. So, like, for me personally, I don't put a lot of thought into this. Some people really focus on like defender teams and attacker teams, I think, based on widgets. The detailed strategy is something I would have to actually study before I make a more detailed video. This video is designed to mostly show you the basics, and I've got a role in this particular fight. I'm going to be kind of pushing through the top. So that's what you're going to see me doing. Now, in order to move around and do stuff, it's going to cost stuff to deploy. It's going to cost fuel. Fuel here is recovered passively, but also as you capture these territories, they provide fuel. And someone becomes sort of like the, I don't know what to call it, the guardian, looks like is what it is, of that structure. When they're the guardian of that structure, they get the fuel that comes from that structure. So someone from your team will be assigning different players to be guardians. That way they can capitalize on that. But let's get going. Chigs, I think that's Chisco is for me here. Anyways, let's we'll deploy everything up this way. All right, now each of these spots has some number of armies defending it. You can see our armies total count on the right in blue, their armies, defender armies, on the left. And you can also see that technically I can go past this if my army is not awaiting battle. So some number of armies are imminently awaiting battle. They are locked into that spot, which is extremely important to keep in mind, that your army, once you commit to a square, can kind of get locked in for a while, for better or worse. So I'm going to keep deploying downfield here. We're on our way up to the top. I think that as one of the stronger players on my team this morning, my goal is almost certainly to be a sort of front runner, if you will, tanking their toughest players. So the first part of this battle is all about establishing territory, okay? And it looks like there's 2 spots that I'm sort of accountable for attending to. There's this upper spot, which I'm going to send my best army to. And you can see every time I'm moving around, it's using fuel. And there's sort of a lower spot. And I think it's likely that I'm accountable for these 2 spots, possibly this 3rd one as well, the moon marker. I should know, I don't. That's really on me. So I'm going to deploy these now. All right, so I am currently chilling here at the ETOL marker. We're going to talk about strategy in a minute here, because there's a lot of strategy to the choices that you can make. I'm going to keep moving these armies around. And what I could do is I could push into their spot here. I can't yet. But when I push into this spot, I'm going to get locked into kind of a longer fight, potentially. It is what it is. Currently, I am in battle. I will show you what it means to be in battle in just a minute here. We'll get a closer look at that. But a part of what I want to do with my best army is I want to get in combat as much as possible. I want to cause as much ruckus with my strongest army as I possibly can. And the rationale for that is that this army hits so much harder than all my other armies. I want it to be basically the only army from our side on the tile, and I'll show you why. Okay, we'll get there in just a second. I think I'm still fighting for this. Yeah, I'm still fighting for this. So let's get a look at this tile where there's a battle. We go to battle status. So the way the fighting works is you rotate through which armies are fighting. And troop count really matters, but funny enough, the buff for deployment capacity doesn't work. Now, it's going to rotate through who's fighting and their troop count. And the more people are here, the more that rotate through. So my personal strategy is to get that strongest army into fights where nobody else from my team is involved. That way, it's my army fighting over and over and over and over again, and I just kind of beat a bunch of people up because my army is generally quite strong compared to other armies. All right. So looks like we might need to go defend that. So I actually kind of blundered there with my choices. Do I go back and defend the spot? I feel like there's other people going there and this spot is free. So I'm going to just push forward because I'm already here. And it is what it is. Okay. So the mistake of my being here is that I'm kind of locked up in this combat. You can see what I was saying earlier. My army is locked here. I can't leave here. And it hits probably harder than anybody else that is here. In fact, it does. So the more frequently I show up in this lineup, the more damage I'm going to be doing to people. Anyways, it looks like we're doing okay, maybe. And we're positioned to take their keep, which is interesting. But not all structures are open off rip. So in this instance, the keep here is still not available for capture. And I realize now my volume is a little bit high, so let's fix that. We're going to just adjust this down. That's really awkward. Okay, now my volume is better. Sorry if the audio quality at the start of that was not so good. Now, what you can do, you can see what I just did there, is use fuel to heal. So after a fight has concluded, you actually can heal your army. As long as you're not in combat, you can use fuel to heal. That is very, very, very powerful. By the way, did they take this? No, they've not taken it. All these armies are just kind of gummed up, which like, can I push through here? Am I actually able to deploy here? No. So you can only go to buildings adjacent. That's what I thought. The keep is adjacent. So we have this gate, but I'm kind of not doing anything there. I am going to deploy one of my armies to go down over here. It's a lot of fuel, but I'm on max fuel at the moment. And this is the problem with the way that I've set up. Being on max fuel is bad. What it basically means is that I should be more aggressive in what I'm doing. I'm not being nearly aggressive enough. If I was being more aggressive, then I would be using up more fuel. So fuel is a critical resource. Fuel you can use to instantly resurrect your armies when they're defeated and to put more troops in, which is kind of a big deal. So I'm on my way over to some different spots now. I'm still fighting over here. This is the best case scenario right now. I am alone fighting all these armies of theirs. You can see the fights even take time. So all these armies of theirs they're just sitting there waiting to fight. Okay. So the best case is it's just me. Okay. And if it's just me, that means I'm going to take out army after army after army after army. Okay. Now I got some help here, which is great. Help's cool. But you know, the sooner my army gets defeated, I can resurrect it, bring it back, and do tons and tons and tons of damage. So that's my goal. There we go. I get defeated. Okay, great. I resurrect my army, 35,000 fuel to do. We're back in the action, and I can go wherever I want. So the question is, where do I want to go? And I should take a beat, figure that out. I'm inclined to think it's in that top spot again. So I'm going to go directly to this spot. Deploy. It's going to take 42 seconds. If I was feeling spendy, I could use speed ups. So I could get there faster if I wanted. I'm sure that at the top end, that's what people are doing. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. How many gems am I trying to spend? On the topic of how many gems am I trying to spend? Buff-wise, I'm using 20% buffs. So I went pretty big on the buffs. That is at the high end of things what people are doing. I do think that 10% buffs are extremely reasonable for, I think, I don't want to say most people. I can't speak to like what very low spenders or free to play ought to be doing, but given how copious gems are, if your team's buffed up, you're going to do better, like obviously, right? So I am a proponent of that. So, there is a tough guy in here. Now you can see I'm one of the tough guys. Watch what happens, how many of these guys I'm going to take out, right? I'm going to take out one guy, bada boom. We're going to take out the next guy. And you can see this is why I wanted to be kind of one of the only people hitting a node like this. Because like I am just going to put high velocity to my DPS, which is exactly what we want. We want really high velocity to my DPS. Because I'm buffed up. It's my best March. I'm one of the strongest players on the team. That's queued up at this time. There are players stronger than me in general, but in my alliance. So I don't want to I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just saying like there's facts. And the fact is I can do some damage. All right. So I want to do as much of that damage as I possibly can. Now my other armies, I can heal and revive. So here I healed, I think. And then the other army I revived. What do I do with them? Do we need to defend there? No, we're chilling. Do we need to defend over here? We're kind of chilling. I kind of can push with these armies, even though they're not very strong. And, okay, this needs to get resurrected. I think it's better than doing nothing. I'm a little torn. Where do I want to go? I think I should just be more decisive and just push. I can deploy them. They'll get defeated. They'll do some damage before they go. Great. But you can see now I've got them. Look at how much I am eating up so many of their armies. Now, there's obviously a lot of things going on here. Like a part of what's going on in this game mode is like just logistics. Like armies are moving around, going places and doing stuff. Another part of what's going on in this game mode is, well, no, I actually want to lock in with logistics. Like the time element of like this many armies are here is kind of a big deal. Now, I think this MSI guy is going to beat me in a second. Oh no, it's gonna beat Shelly actually. So I'm just eating up their armies. The more armies of theirs that you eat, obviously the more fuel of theirs that you're eliminating. And this, by the way, is where you can see the different structures that are captured are being assigned to players. I could like assign this to somebody. I'll pick somebody who doesn't have one. If they have a little medal next to their name, I think they're already one of the guardians. Right? But you can like assign guardianship to folks. These guys are so low. Holy. And that'll give them some fuel recovery. I'm going to use up a bunch of fuel. And my fuel is relatively high, so I can be kind of aggressive. We do have a problem here. I'm going to need to deploy to here. Wait, where? I think one of my armies is over here. Let's deploy to here. Why is this army red? I actually don't know why the time is red and counting down. Let's heal this. Oh, because it is, okay. Because they needed to heal the army. That's why. All right. And they took one of our structures, which is not good. So I'm going to send 2 armies to try to take that back. I am still over here. Now, you could argue, well, Chiscool, your army is gummed up over there too, buddy. That is true, but I feel like I'm doing plenty of damage to justify being here. So, like, I think this is working out. So this is a thing that I think I just keep doing, right? Like, I think I just keep doing this. And you can see every fight takes time. So even though I only had a small number of troops left, the fight takes that full duration, and now I can heal, and now I can send. And I just want to keep that spot gummed up, and I'm happy to do that. Like, my one army trading for all their armies, I think is a W. Maybe that's not the right way to think about it, but it feels like a W. Now, part of the danger of their having the Ember Gate here is like now they can access the Ember lands. Like once you get one territory, you can battle your way into so many more, which creates a lot of logistics headaches. Like if you can gum them up at one place, like obviously that's advantageous. If they can't get past the one spot that they're in, like it's easier to defend one spot than 5, right? So something that often happens is a team will get into your back line and they just start taking thing after thing after thing, which gets really, really difficult to deal with. So now we're back in action over here. I can recover 6 troops. I'll do it. We're back in action here, baby. Let's go. And we're just going to cook these guys. We are just straight cooking right now. I'm at the Ember Gate. Ember Gate is no longer in threat. See, so they can't even get to Ember Gate now. So I would be better off pushing forward from Ember Gate because they can't take it. So I don't need to be there anymore. But now I'm just eating armies. We are eating, boys and girls. Let's go. And other people are joining me, which just kind of slows down my velocity, but it's okay. Because it looks like this spot's kind of gummed up, this spot's kind of gummed up, and so we're kind of chilling here. Now that's just this one part of the map. Like theoretically, I could go support other parts of the map. It is possible. I should go do that. We've got different teams allocated to different things, so like I'm going to let other teams do what they're doing, and I'm going to focus on doing the best I can for my part of this operation. That said, I am awaiting battle. Okay. I would love to push past Tempest Trail and go somewhere else, but whatever. We're chilling. We are chilling. Oh yeah, and you can see I'm buffed up in the top left over here with those 20% bonuses. I think those bonuses really do make a pretty big difference. They're a pretty meaningful difference there. Okay. And it does look like we're going to take this spot. Probably. Who wins? Me or MSI? I think I'm buffed up. I'm going to win. So let's see how that goes. They've got more combat power than me, though. I might actually just lose. Yeah, I think I lose. Okay. Which is okay. I can heal up. We get back into the action. Heal up, heal up. And I'm just going to keep pushing this spot. I'm just going to keep slamming. The issue with their leaving combat there is that now that really strong player from their team can heal up, which is not so great for us. So that is a bit of a rip. I don't like that they're here. So, and I can't take that. We can't actually take that because this isn't open yet. Okay. Although probably open soon. Stage 2. Available in stage 2. Okay. We do have a team that theoretically should be doing that, but I'm going to posture here just in case we need to do it. Okay. So I've engaged them up here. And I'm here to eat. Oh, that guy got eaten by MSI. GG. GG. I'm here to eat. And I'm going to eat a bunch of these guys before my army falls, and that's okay. That's okay. In a minute and 20-ish seconds, I think this opens up. So I just want to be cautious because they're going to push this Flame Guard Keep, and the Flame Guard Keep is more points per minute. So not all buildings are created equal. So some are worth a lot more than others. Dude, we're just going to eat these guys up, man. We are just eating. But this spot is actually in trouble, so that's awkward. And over here, we're just kind of locked into combat. It is what it is. I guess I could be positioning to take their Storm Rage Keep, but I'm not. It is what it is. And we got people rolling up. Point-wise, we're actually cooking. If you look at the leaderboard, we're doing great. So that's nice to see. We only have like 20 people. We didn't have as many to register this time around. This particular time slot is our less popular slot. The other slot is completely full. But we do like to have a little bit of diversity in when our registrations are. And there we go. We got defeated. And that's fine. I think I'll go here with that army and potentially push them. And in 10 seconds, I think we go to the Flame Guard Keep. Gonna need to defend this. Technically, I don't think this is my accountability. So It's not the best that I'm doing this, but I'm contributing one army because it is really important that we have that under control. Okay. And dude, I'm still here just eating. I'm actually just still here eating. That's crazy. We're actually going to take it because we're eating. Nom nom. Great. I mean, you know, they can either we can defend this, right? Or we can defend this. It's one square just the same. The effort's not that much different. So, right. I moved here. I could contest them over here. It doesn't look like we're doing that yet. So I'll chill. People are probably waiting for me to lead that action, but looks like we're going this way instead. And we're going to kind of push through and cause a ruckus through top lane. I can heal my troops. Absolutely game changing. Being able to heal there is huge. Okay. Noodle soup's going in. Should I be going in? Where are my armies? We're here. We're battling here. We're chilling here. I'm okay with this for now. They're going to contest this. That's fine. They're pushing onto this. So they're trying to kind of sneak behind us here, if they can. And they may be able to. Kind of depends on the punch. Oh, they got MSI up in there. We have cat, though. I mean, we might be fine. Oh, mythical one's there. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. Mythical one is Pale One 2.0. All right. So, heal. And we're here. I think at this point, there's a team allocated to this. I think I let them do their thing, and I should push somewhere else. So I'm going to deploy over here. And my fuel is getting lower than I would like. I'm not assigned to anything. Just kind of concerning. I will eat through my fuel. So there are people managing the fuel, though. I'm kind of backseat driving on that, which I shouldn't be. But, you know, I think it's fine. This is one of those things I can do as an R5 where it's like, I'll backseat drive the fuel a little bit. Make sure I got a little fuel coming my way. What's the point of being R5 if you don't get a few perks? Yeah, I'm just messing around. Oh, who's this now guy I'm paired up against? He's going to win. All right. Well, top lane's going to get interesting, but we're kind of chilling here. And leaderboard-wise, we are big chilling. So, although this Icebound Realm belonging to yellow is going to be a problem for us, maybe on the points per minute front. We have a hold this marker over here. Yeah, I mean, people are doing the thing. Kind of cool. Normally I'd be in voice for something like this, but I'm not. I'm not because I'm recording. And technically I could still be in voice, but you know, whatever. I got another fight coming up. I can't believe I'm still here. Oh, yeah, no, I'm cooked. No, I'm not cooked. Somehow I'm still around. That's crazy. Okay. All right, cool. I think this gives you a pretty good overview of kind of what this is like. I'm going to let this run all the way through to the very end so you can see the final kind of stages of how this goes. But let's see. We have resurrected. Where are we going? I can go top, which I'm kind of inclined to do. I'm kind of inclined to make sure we don't lose the Storm Harbor. If they take Storm Harbor, they can take the Phoenix Fort and they can start pushing in. And that just is a pain in the butt. So I think I push that way. And we're looking pretty good here. The big structure is the Ice Guard Keep. Okay, purple's got their Ice Guard Keep. That's good. Points per minute, we're very close to yellow. So this is very much still anybody's game. This is very much anybody's game. For sure. How are we doing here? We're just still slamming. Crazy. And given that, mythical one is there. Oh yeah, we win that. It's unfortunate mythical one's locked up. Like, in a perfect world, mythical one just solo something, I think. Because, like, their armies are just insane. This might be one of their weaker armies, though. Ooh, we took an L. But anyways, this is going to take a while, right? So each of these fights take time. Now, I've never used the battle speed up, but theoretically you can pay gems to like make it go faster, which is kind of interesting. When squads other than Storm Rages marches toward this, its fuel consumption will be increased by 100% and will increase by 300% when conscripting in this building. Dang. That's crazy. When squads other than Storm Rage cost 10,000 fuel for each battle in this building? Jeez. Yo, there's some building effects up in here. Some serious fuel cost. But we do have this spot, but see, they can push past it. So you can attack a neighboring spot. So we're gonna keep our armies here. We still gotta hold that. And you know, it's gonna be gummed up for a while. But we are kind of chilling over here, which is nice. We are chilling over here. So I could push in to the Storm Rage Keep. It's conceivable. I do need to recover my army here. And, wait a minute. I can heal you. Absolutely huge win there to heal up. Look at that. Right before all those folks come in. You can't heal up when you're in combat. Now, I shouldn't be thinking about that. I should be thinking about where I'm going. I think I would like to push to their keep. So I'm going to go this way. Pushing their keep is far more important. And when this army dies, which it hopefully will soon, I'm going to go to their keep as my next destination. Hopefully I get taken out here, and that lets me enter back in, and like the keep is a far more impactful building. Okay. Let's see if I can show that. Can I show that here? Not on this screen, I think. But in the rules, we can see the points for each of those buildings, and the keep is the money maker. I can kind of show it over here. You can see the fuel recovery on the keep is massive. 60,000 is crazy. So that's the spot right there. So if we get that, it's kind of a big deal. So we want to push in that direction. And everything else I have is battling. And we're one of the only ones there. So I think, could have healed if I was real quick, maybe. But good thing I have a couple armies here. If I wasn't at that Storm Rage Gate, they could have took it. Now, heal up. Heal up. It's a lot of fuel, but healing is cheaper than moving. Kind of. I don't know. It's cheaper than the cost of doing the whole army from scratch and moving back here, probably. There's got to be fuel efficiency to that move I just did. Anyways, we just chill here. I really don't want them to take this. And this guy I could speed up, but we're chilling. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're charging on in. And now the Storm Rage Keep. Now here's where things get interesting. Who is here? It's definitely some big armies are here, but this is achievable for a takedown. Probably not this push the way I'm doing it, but it is achievable to beat what's there. Let's see if we can get it done. This is a big deal if we can take this. I don't think we can, but we're going to do a lot of damage. Now, this is the dream. My army is solo, so it's going to fight over and over and over again. So I'm going to get a high velocity of action here, which is a huge W. My fuel is fine for this situation. We are in a little bit of trouble here. They may take us out here. No, we're chilling, because your boy Cheese is holding it down. Nice. Self-high five. Good work, Cheesy. I'm pressuring them a lot here. Just literally just me. I'm pressuring this vector of attack very significantly. And I'm going to take the Storm Rage Keep if they're not careful. They almost certainly will defend it. But they basically, they might get me. They might have weakened me enough. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite have enough anymore. But yeah, this is kind of a big deal. Unfortunately, I can't get somebody else to run there. And I will want to heal before I do that anyways. But I might push forward here and take this if I can, because I think I can get that keep. Heal. And now I'm going to push forward one. Oh, we got it. There it is. That's massive. That is absolutely massive. I think it's more important to keep than it is to keep the gate. The keep is the moneymaker. This is the points per minute right here, I believe. Heal. Deploy. And now they can't even go to the gate anymore. So as long as we hold keep, we're actually big chilling. So I think we really load in here. This is a huge W for us. And we haven't sacrificed anything else, incredibly. So we're doing actually incredibly well, given that we have like 20 people on the team. I could use a little fuel. I could use a little fuel up in here. I'm just gonna point myself. I'll take a little hit of fuel real quick. Little reload on the fuel. We're doing great. Is there a way I can show you the points per minute of these buildings? I would incline to believe that there is. So fortresses are 1,800 points per minute each, because we have 2 of them. So, or is it? Yeah, that's got to be what I'm looking at here. So the fortress is a pretty good amount of points. And it's really good fuel recovery. So they have 13 people on that spot now. I am unsurprised. That is the reality. And we'll see how long we can keep it, but I think we are going to get knocked out of here. And that's okay. Hopefully more people show up. Oh, wow, they're pushing through. I think it would be better if we piled more people into the Storm Rage Keep, personally. But, you know, whatever. They have so many people committed to this keep, bro. Oh, my God. Yo, your boy Cheese over here holding it down. Me and Alexandra, bro. Okay. Yeah, we got this. We're chilling. We are so chilling. Now the middle opens up in 7 minutes. Anything can happen. So we're getting a nice lead for now on the points per minute. But like the middle's a big deal, y'all. The middle's a big, big deal. So theoretically, at some point, I should be posturing to middle. I haven't yet. I'm just sitting here on my fuel, just literally getting back to 300. Now, technically, I don't want to cap out at 300. I think that's inefficient. But we are just getting some fuel at the moment. Now there are some like lower buildings here that are just unassigned. So I feel like we could just like assign them. I don't know, call me crazy. It's a lot to manage. But Shelly's out of fuel, Cat's out of fuel. Bro, do we have? So let's put some on Cat here. Fuel up, bro. Oh, okay. We heal up. I think I just go right back to here, honestly. And if I'm lucky, I don't need to speed up to get back in. I think we just chill. Ooh, we're getting cooked. Okay, I might need to speed. The need for speed may be real. The need for speed is looking pretty real. Cat's in there, and I'm in there. Okay, someone's coming. We're not alone. No, God, they're going through. Uh-oh. Is Alexandra going? Uh-oh. I should have sped, truthfully. Come on, Alexandra, be going there. Yeah, you saved me speed ups. Maybe. They have to win a couple times. If they don't win a couple times, they're going to take it back. I should have sped. Yeah, they got it. Whoopsies. Mistakes made. Well, we might be able to take it back, but it's going to take a minute. And now we got to defend the gate. Not great. I'm already cooked, and I'm out of fuel. Holy shit. Actually just out of fuel. That's actually really bad. And I don't have any... Ooh, this is not good. I've been under-resourced. This is why I needed a high stock of fuel. Yeah, let's put that on me. I'm going to take that. Yoink. Yeah, my armies are just going to slow revive at this point. My big army is going to go to the Storm Rage Keep. It's possible I take this. Yeah, I think they're unintentionally giving here. I say unintentionally because we're for sure going to win. Absolutely no question asked. So they basically have 20 seconds to get there at this point. I'm going to take it if they don't. And the middle opens heavy push main march. Well, my main march is kind of occupied, so that's awkward. I'm instead, oh, look at how much they're going to fill this up, bro. Yeah, they figured it out. But I'm just going to keep pushing their keep. That's so high value if we take it. And I'm kind of just eating. So I think it's worth. All right, we're going to let this revive. Do I even have the fuel? I have the fuel to go there. So we're going to go there. My main army's chowing down. And I think that's how we run that. And I like really have a fuel problem. Okay. People that manage the fuel took the fuel off me. It is not a criticism. It's just, it's, you know, gets a little dicey. Stuff gets moved around. It be what it be. A lot going on. Mythical one's out of fuel as an example. Like that's a huge miss, I think. But we can fix that. The current reserves of the high producers is low. Oh, mythical one's on a 45 now. All right. That's good. That's good. And they're going to take Storm Age Gate. They're actually going to take Storm Age Gate. Wait. That's bad. Nothing I can do about that at this point. Someone else needs to go there. Yeah, they're definitely getting that because the Phaeton guards, it's almost like you need a different color to represent the guards because of how much weaker they are than every other army. Like it counts as 3 armies, I get it, but they're like really, it's not the same. It's like 3-player armies. But this guy is actually, he's just going to push through all of this. This is a huge issue. Yeah, they're going to take a lot of stuff now. But we did take their keep. That's worth a lot of points. So that's a W. That's spicy. Middle's going to open up soon. All my armies are tied up. It is what it is. Other people are focusing middle. I think it's fine. I'm over here. I think that's okay. Okay, now I don't have the fuel to revive, so it is what it is. My fuel cost is a costin'. My fuel is a fuelin'. I'm already signed to something. Yeah. Yep. I got the big money. I got the 60K a minute. Big money refresh over here. The big money refresh. 16,000 fuel to come back to life. I'm going to do that. And I think I need to defend this vector. So I'm going to just move in on that vector. Probably should have gone here. They're actually going to get this. Kind of annoying. I don't think I can change course once I'm midway through, which is also kind of a bummer. But it looks like, nope, heaven's going right past it. GG. Well. This is going to get interesting. So you can see how even with a small number of players, fuel became an issue, which is definitely interesting. The relevance of fuel, super real. I actually think that's good of the mechanic, that it's actually like relevant and not just like there but not all that important sort of a thing, you know. 14,000 fuel I'm going to resurrect. Are they still in our backline? Yes. Is that annoying? For sure. Which army? Okay, that's the one that just resurrected. I think people have that under control though, so I think I can go do something else. And I'm inclined to do that. I call me crazy, but I'm inclined to put more armies to here because it's just worth so many points. Resurrect this bad boy. And do I keep pushing that way? Like, I'm inclined to do so, but the middle is probably worth a lot. So I'm very hesitant to put my best march there because I do so much more fuel damage to them if I'm like literally anywhere else. That's the thing. Like if I'm soloing stuff with my big army, like I'm doing so much fuel damage to them. So what do I mean by fuel damage? You see, it takes fuel to resurrect armies. Like if I'm forcing them to resurrect lots of armies, they're getting kind of cooked. The thing about the middle is there's all these armies in here. Who's going to get it? Looks like it's going to be us. Wait, are we going to get this? Just by happenstance? We happen to defeat the guard? And so we win it? Okay, now I need to put armies into the middle. 100%. And honestly, just like anything in the middle is a win. Because I just need to gum up the middle so that we are holding it. I can't remember if you just need to hold middle at the end. Or if holding it on an ongoing basis is worth a lot of points. It says 50,000 underneath it. I think it might be 50,000 at the end of the battle. So like, I think we do need to hold middle here and get a lot of armies there. So hopefully people are going there, but I don't think they are. Wait. Uh-oh. Should have gone mid with my best march. Should have done it. I don't think I can get there in time. Oh my God. That's a huge mess on our part, actually. It's going to be very hard to take this from them. I don't know if we can even. So we'll see kind of what happens here. I absolutely should have gone middle with my best march. I'm actually really surprised that more people weren't going middle. I thought it was handled, which is why I didn't do it, which is a bad assumption on my part. So it's like fully on me. Now taking back the middle is going to be pretty tough. That's going to be pretty challenging. Yeah. I can resurrect. No, I can't. Heal. I need more fuel. Oh my God. Oh, we healed. Okay. I was able to heal last second there. We can try to take middle. It's just going to be really, really, really hard to do. Unfortunately. And I don't have the fuel to do anything. I'm tapped out. I feel like there's definitely an opportunity to manage the fuel better. I don't quite know what I needed to do differently. Maybe someone more experienced will chime in. But I think we could lose now. Like we were default winning and now we are not. We have to go mid with, I think, just like everything. And we kind of just have to like hope that we can do it in time. Let's see. This army is resurrected. Yeah. Deploy. I can't. I hate to like take this from him, but I really need this. I'm going to put noodle soup on something else. Like I hit harder, like a lot harder. And I'm literally just sitting in the base doing nothing. I feel like a little bit of an asshole, but like, like such a waste of my armies, right? Well. I'm just here eating them, I think. But I think that's costing me fuel, which, let's see what that says. Battle status. I'm defeated. Yeah. I think, given how low fuel I am, that we gotta get to middle, and it's gotta be this march. I suppose I shouldn't have resurrected him. That was a mistake on my part. And we just kind of need to hope that we have enough marches and enough time. But they're just going to keep sending to middle is the thing. Gosh, we default were winners of this. And we kind of threw a little bit by leaving middle. We still win, funny enough, with our current points. That's the thing that's kind of interesting. We actually still win at the moment. But it's dicey now in a way that it did not need to be. Yeah, and they're pushing through doing stuff now, which is unsurprising. So I'm kind of torn between, like, do I defend these outsides or do I push to the middle? Gumming up all... Okay, I think we go middle. They're going to lose mid. I think we just take mid. If we hold mid to the end, we win 100%. I don't think there's any way for them. So, especially given my fuel problems, I got 99 problems and it's all fuel. Given that, also what I can do now, I shouldn't do this though. I should keep myself on the fuel recovery plan, gosh darn it. I'm just going to let that fuel recover. I really need it. The truth is, I need fuel badly. Noodle soup needs fuel. You can have fuel, bro. Okay. And now, see, they're getting armies in. It's a bummer for us. They're getting their armies in there. Would be clever to take one of these. Technically, I could try to do that, given that I have fuel and this army was not in combat. If we take their pads that let them come over, then they can't come over. So we could try to take their Zeppelin pads. Which I think is a reasonable choice here. Like, my armies can just sit around in the middle, or I can try to take their Zeppelin pads. So I think I just try to do that real quick. Yellow could unironically win purely off of our miss there of losing middle, which is spicy. It's worth a lot. I think it's the 50,000 points as shown on screen. So I think they might get it, actually. It's going to be tough to deal with that. And yellow's eating up our top side here, which is for sure annoying. I may take this, which will give them one less vector to go middle, which is good. Okay, I got it. Heal. Heal. That's good. If we can stop them from going middle, then they can't support themselves anymore, which would be a win. So now they're trying to deal with me. Yeah, there it is. Okay. 11 minutes left. Still a lot of time. Oh, they are getting 13,000 points per minute, though, from holding the middle, too. Jesus. I think we really blundered middle there. Like a super unforced error. That's actually really surprising how big that is. Yeah, this is going to be tough. We really need purple to push yellow, but they're pushing us because we have the highest score, which makes sense. Giving up middle was a big blunder. That was a big, big blunder. I'm not sure what we do about that. It's going to be very hard to get this back. I can go over here instead of just standing around in the middle and try to push something else, which I think is worth. Really want to keep them locked up. Yeah, they're pushing to middle. They are speeding through. Well, 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 this is going to get spicy. This is going to get spicy. If we take that top spot, they can't get to middle anymore, which would be huge for us. So we need to try to push for that outcome. Yeah, they got a lot of middle now. Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. And now purple's going middle, which is fine. Purple is just going to push and do cycles of damage with us. So, like, we can try to take these other spots. It's not adjacent to any buildings. Ah, shoot. Oh, I can't go take that anymore. That's a bummer. I can go here. But I can't take the Tempest Gate anymore. I really need to win this and heal, which is not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. Yeah, we got problems. I can heal up, so I can try to hold Tempest Trail. And we can try to push through that and, like, cut them off, I guess. I think that might be the play. We only have 9 minutes left. I think it's going to be really, really, really difficult to take middle. I think we might lose, and it was totally an unforced error. Like, we totally had the win, and we just needed to reinforce the middle. That is what I think this outcome is going to be. I know you're like, but there's like 8 minutes left. It seems like a lot, but it really is not. That's the crazy thing. It seems like a lot, but it just isn't. And we're in on Tempest Trail. Just doing a lot of damage there. I should have maybe deployed to the fortress, actually, instead of putting more armies in the trail. I'll see if I can leave, but I don't think I can. We need to just cut them off, is what we need to do. Yeah, I needed to go fortress. It was a mistake locking more armies into the trail. Or trial. No, trail. Whatever. Thankfully, purple is rotating into mid with us. So we have a lot of DPS going to middle that's not even from us, which is nice. We'll see what we can do here. I know like 7 minutes seems like a long time. It really is not. It really is not. The only way through this is to eliminate their ability to restation to middle. That's the only way we win here. And even then, it might be purple that wins, funny enough. It could easily be purple that gets that. So we'll see. Okay. Yeah, they got a lot in the middle. That was such a blunder. But hey, you know what? I haven't played this game mode in a while, and it is what it is. Mistakes made. Happens to the best of us. Good to know we, I think, could have won had we done it differently. We just needed everybody to go middle. But this is the situation of playing with only 20 people. We just don't have as many armies to work with compared to their 30 players. They get a lot more options for where they can be and what they can do. Well. We're doing a lot of damage, but now damage is like, it's not good enough. Like, we need to be doing more than just damage. Now, if we go here, what does this do? You can speed up individual squads, and to save 10 seconds, it's 5,000 gems. Bro, that's insane. You're really... That's crazy. That's crazy whale stuff. To speed up one fight for 5,000 gems, it'd have to be like the last army for that to make sense. Really, purple needs to take Tempest Gate, actually. Purple is kind of blundering by pushing middle. If purple pushed Tempest Gate, we might be able to win this. But what do they care? Right? Like, they want to win. So I get it. Yeah. Yeah, everything needed to go middle. Oh my god. Well, it's been a long time since I played, and now this is why I make the videos, so you can learn from my mistakes. GG's. I don't need this fuel anymore. Somebody took me off there, right? Yes. Okay, good. What happens if I deploy somewhere and then... What happens if I deploy somewhere and then we lose the neighboring spot? That's going to be interesting. I think I do need to go to the Tempest Trail, unfortunately. And make sure that we don't lose that. This is going to be 4 minutes left. We just don't have enough time. We like urgently need to cut the Tempest Gate, and then we could do this. But we need to hold the trail. We need to take the gate. Yeah, they're speeding in though. Time is just going to be the issue. Well, let's see what can happen here. It's possible we could spend a ton of gems and rush it at the end. That's like big whale stuff. But it is conceivable. Let's see what happens here. Two minutes left. Okay. We'd really need to take the gate. That's like, if somebody took the goddamn gate, they're taking this harbor. That does nothing. Well, this is what I said at the start. It's like, the third team has a lot of influence over two other teams, and their choices influence the outcome in a pretty major way. Well, I don't think we are going to get this. And it was a blunder on our part. So, theoretically, what we could do is like gem like crazy in the middle. And if we actually had the numbers in the punch, we would win. So it is still possible to gem through this, but given that we don't have Tempest Gate, I just don't think that makes sense. Finally, somebody figured it out from purple. Hey, if we take the spot they're reinforcing from, they can't reinforce. Oh my god. Too little, too late. Yeah. It let me advance. Wait, could I have done that sooner? I think it's because we had a certain number of people over there. Why did it let me advance? That's interesting. Well, theoretically, someone could speed this up and we could win. Oh, someone's doing it. Someone's doing it. Oh my god, someone's whaling through it. That's crazy. Wait. The problem is these purple marches are actually going to prevent us from doing it. Can we do this? 19 seconds? There'd be so many gems. Oh, somebody's doing it. Who's gemming it? The problem is the purple marches. They're not going to gem. So we're cooked. If purple wasn't in there, we could have done that. GG. That was totally winnable for us. We completely blundered at the end. Otherwise, we outplayed for sure. But good to know. Mistakes made on our part, for sure. Lessons learned. Go to the middle. And that's why we make videos. You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. Thank you again to the makers of the game for sponsoring the video. Definitely stings a lot to have lost and when we could have won. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. You got to take your mistakes on the chin, and everybody learns for next time, all right? And hopefully you learned. Gosh darn it. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.